following video is sponsored by Cygames. Try the game for free on Android, iOS or Steam. Download links are available in the video description. Hey guys, how is it going? Furo here with another Shadowverse deck guide for you. Today I'd like to present you with a deck that brought me some great win streaks so far and has overall a very high win rate against most meta decks that you will face. So without further waiting, we will check out an expensive neutral RUNECRAFT deck today that is combining the powerful early game of the Alice package with the super greedy end game. While Dragoncraft used to be the class that has the most greediest decks, the inclusion of Alice and a powerful early game allows us to constantly get to a mighty endgame and also staying ahead on board without the need of extra ramp cards. The early strategy is similar to the more aggressive midrange builds that you will face a lot on the ladder. Play some neutral units, build a board and buff the board, then on turn 4 with Alice. One card that I would love to add to the mix at the moment is Grimnir, but to be honest, I don't know what I will cut for him. The Goblin Leader is just so delicious when you can play him on curve. On the other hand, he's not doing much later in the game, so it might be worth a try to change the leader to Grimnir in a future update. The Gourmet Emperor Khaiza on the other hand is giving us with the carrot an extra neutral card into the hand that is coming back again and again and again. After your small mid game, which is purely going for extra destruction with Hector, Falise and the Winter's Caprice, you are then in your final form and dropping the big guns with a huge amount of legendaries. We have a solid mix of healing, damage and destruction that is overcoming most of the current builds that are seeing play on the ranking system, so you should have a smooth time with it. Of course, feel free to experiment with different other endgame builds and see what is fitting the best for you. The only problematic matchup with a win rate slightly below 50% for myself was of course the strong Abyssian Bloodcraft deck type, but after I replaced a few cards and then included the Winter's Caprice, my win rate has improved quite a bit. Winter's Caprice is an interesting tech card for the spawn. When you play it, you will transform all followers on the board into snowmans, which are small 1 attack 1 defense units. This is including your own units, so be careful with that. That means if your opponent is going into Bahamut on turn 5, into the Abyss on turn 6, you will then go for this spell, transform the Abyss into another follower and will survive another day. That is if your opponent is not dropping 3 in a row of course, because then you are just mostly dead anyway. I personally have a lot of fun with the deck right now, so I can definitely recommend the build a lot if you want to play both greedy and aggressive at the same time. Try it out for yourself and don't forget to give me some feedback in the comments below. Maybe someone of you is changing the Goblin Leader to Grimnir and can tell me the results. I will now also show you a few games with the deck, so please enjoy those and also don't forget to hit the like button. Very much appreciated, and let's go now into the gameplay section. Alright guys, let us start here against the Swordcraft deck. So we will have our nice little Wallet RuneCraft deck against the Swordcraft one. Going first, we can kind of keep the Goblin Leader. I would hope that we are getting a 2-drop here. Let's just keep a Goblin Leader. We are getting one. We also get the Glow, so potentially we could just give our opponent a card back in his hand. But normally we are starting with Celestial Archer and then going to the Goblin Leader. Zeus is obviously way too early. But let's see, he's not dropping anything on the first turn, so there's another Celestial Archer, so obviously it will just be Celestial Archer into the Goblin Leader. Then we have a huge gap. So we can play Glow and another Celestial Archer on turn 4, but that might not be strong enough in this situation. One is not dropping Unicorn Dancer. Hector's Feria. Okay, we are obviously going Goblin Leader and we are killing the Unicorn Dancer, dropping then one more Goblin through the effect from the Goblin Leader on the board. And because our opponent is probably not able to react to that, we might get another Goblin at the end of our turn. Cinderella, 3 play point 4/4, whenever he is now dropping a Swordcraft follower onto the board, he's returning the Cinderella back into his hand. So that is a bit too expensive for the Glow. We might just go double Celestial Archer here. I want to keep the Feria to evolve this one next turn, so then every neutral follower that we have is getting buffed, and we have 5 currently on the board. The Cinderella is most likely killing one, and he will most likely kill another one with the unit that he's playing right now. Going for Goblin Leader. This one is getting evolved, so that's a 3/4. See, he's killing definitely the Goblin Leader. And then probably one Celestial Archer here. Oh, he's killing both. Interesting. So the Goblin here is not a problem, we can just give him back that with the Glow. And we have them perfect. We can play Feria, we can play Glow, and we can play the Goblin. So let's just give him the Goblin back here. We're drawing an additional card. giving us, oh, another glow. Not really that useful, but well, still dropping it. So Feria, Goblin, we will then evolve the Feria. Every neutral creature is then getting buffed, and we have a lot on our board side. So we're using then the Goblins to trade a bit here. Shall we? We are killing this one. The Feria is killing the Goblin Leader. 2 more on the face, another 2 in the face. So it's down to 14. We are spawning 1 more Goblin. The board is still full here. Our opponent has nothing on the board right now. And our board is really, really strong. Currently, we have already 11 damage on the board. He's dropping some nice little units here. With a spell that is kind of similar to Call the Wild. If you know Hearthstone, Call of the Wild. Similar spell. So how about we will just give him... these are all costing 3, right. So we could only use the glow on our own units. That is not what I like to see. So let's go for the Gourmet Emperor. Thing is, we could evolve here, but do we want that? Do we want that? Ultimate card is obviously also coming into play. That's a given. Yeah, let's evolve. Getting rid of everything here. Especially the Bane one. So this one is going down. We are killing his Bane unit. And we're pushing 2 more in the face. So he's down to 12. Thing is just that we have such a huge gap at the moment. And that's why we could have a bigger board here right now. If there was something else in the hand than a Zeus and a glow that we cannot use. Alice Wonderland Explorer is incoming. So now every neutral card in his hand on the board is getting buffed by +1 attack, +1 defense. He's dropping Unicorn Dancer Unica, and with the Alice here, he's just killing our small unit. And we will definitely... oh man, just another small guy. That's really not what I'm looking to see. Unicorn is going back in his hand. We are then getting another Actress Feria. Really not that strong. At least we can kill the Alice here. Pushing another 2 into his face. We are dropping the ultimate card, we're dropping the Goblin. So we're not getting any of the cards that we want really to play on turn 5 to 8 or 10. So the only advantage we have right now is that we have so many units on the board. And he has a hard time to kill everything. There's Albert, which is right now just a 3-5 storm unit. And he's trying to kill the biggest guy on the board. And there's finally something that we can use, because the Falise is dealing X damage to an enemy follower, and X equals the number of neutral cards in our hand. And we only have 1, but we also use the enhanced version, so that is then that we can evolve the follower. So in fact, we then have right now 5 on the board, plus another 4 from the Falise. He's at 10, so we have total of 9. Cannot kill him right now, but what we can do is just kill the Albert here.
So this is the end.
We are killing the Unicorn Dancer as well, and we're pushing 5 into his face, while also dropping another ultimate card on the next turn, and hopefully another Falise would be really cool. Then we're just winning with that. Another Council of Card Knights. And the Kiss of the Princess. Okay, that is not bad. So right now, yeah, we have no chance to kill this one. And I've not seen the Kiss of the Princess in play. So let's just hit this one. We just need to prepare for the next turn because the Zeus is obviously coming. So we just want to kill the ward here and everything is fine. So we're getting another Goblin on the board. I mean, the 1-3 is most likely killing the Falise. This one is out. The small ward here is just dying to one of the units. That's not a problem. So we should be good. Oh, the Alice is helping him. And the Veteran Lancer. Another ward. Then it might be that we are not been able to kill everything. Cinderella. Probably surviving one more turn. Yeah, so we have a ward here that we cannot overcome right now. Ooh, that might be good. So we're transforming now each follower into snowman. So he has then a board full of small units on the board. And using a lot of points here. Plus we are dropping the ultimate carrot. And we just need to hit him next turn. So what he will do is he is probably trading a bit. Then he still has 2 snowmans on the board. But he would need another ward. There's Albert incoming, which is a great card. But right now not good enough to survive here. And he's not even trading with the snowmans to push more damage in the face. He's just using the Albert because that is not getting damage. But then we have a free field here for the Zeus and just pushing the 5 in the face. the remaining 5 that we need to kill him here. Our second game brings us a Bloodcraft player, so he is most likely using Spawn of the Abyss. We need to be careful here. We have a kind of good start with the Lyrial, with the actress Feria. We might even drop either the Feria or the Lyrial here to have something for turn 3 and 4, have a higher chance to get that. So for now I would say Lyrial, we're dropping that, keeping the actress. We're getting a 1-drop, we're getting the Glow, which is another 2-drop, which we could also play instead of the Feria. But most likely it will be Feria and Goblin for turn 1. Opponent is starting here, and let's see if he can find a Goblin as well, something to play on his first turn. Not looking like it, so we can start kinda stronger than he will. And there's a Winter's Caprice, so that means that we just have something if he's going for the spawn. Lyrial Celestial Archer. So what we're doing is then going to the Glow, because right now the Goblin here would just die to the Lyrial, and we're getting an additional card to draw. So let's see, there's another Celestial Archer. We're pushing now 1 into his face. On the next turn we will most likely just play the Emperor, and then 1 turn later we can already evolve, and then it's Feria and probably then the Celestial Archer or the Carrot. Oh, he's going for the Goblin Leader. That's bad. Right now we cannot kill this one. So still gonna drop this one. We are hitting the Goblin Leader. Go for it. So we could then play Feria and Celestial Archer, for example. Let's see what he's doing here. Could use the Goblin to trade into our Goblin. There's a Tough. And he's also dropping the Lyrial Celestial Archer. This one can instantly attack. That means he is doing a 2-for-1. Not losing anything. And our board is empty now, which is a huge pain in the ass. And he's getting another Goblin here, of course, because there's a Goblin Leader. That means now that I'm definitely willing to play the Ultimate Carrot, and we're going for the Celestial Archer. Because of that we can clear more. We're evolving that, we're dealing 1 damage, which will then be on the 3-1. We will also kill the Goblin Leader, so he's not spawning any more Goblins. We are still kinda behind right now. He can evolve now as well. He has 4 units on the board at least. He might even play 2 units now. If he's dropping the Bahamut, Big Nuggle Bodyguard. With the Bahamut he could then play the Spawn of the Abyss on the next turn. That's apparently not what he's doing, but with the Big Nuggle Bodyguard and also an Ambling incoming. That is a lot of damage he can push, because he can easily take down our Ultimate Carrot. So it might be that we're going to the Winter's Caprice right away and getting rid of all the points of damage on the board. Just pushing now, I guess. Yeah. He's even leaving us the Ultimate Carrot. There's the Alice, Wonderland Explorer. Have a few options now. So we can just play Winter's Caprice. We are killing one of his units, and then everything else is going down. Or we are, for example, using the Falise Leonardian Mage here. That is dealing right now 1, 2, 3, 4 points of damage. So we could, for example, then kill the Lyrial Celestial Archer. We can kill one of the Goblins. And with the Falise, if we are evolving, we can also take down the Big Nuggle Bodyguard. So I like that a bit more, to be honest. So let's just do it. No free evolution on the Falise, but that is still okay. So we're evolving, have a 4-7 here. We could even go for the face now because the unit has Storm, but obviously we're not doing that. So this unit is down, the Ambling is going down, he just has 2 small Goblins on the board. And also the amount of cards he's getting here, he's getting slimmer and slimmer. He's investing quite a lot, but we are also down to 11, so we need to be careful. We need some life back. And we could do so on turn 9 with the Israfil, but that might be way too late at the moment. Angel of the Word, he's dealing 1 damage to the Ultimate Carrot, which still leaves us with Falise on the board. But if he's evolving the Angel of the Word, that would be a 4-4. Angel Knight. We now could evolve the Goblin for a trade if he likes that. But he's going for the Angel of the Word here. So the Falise is going down, he's still pushing 3 points of damage. And he still has then 5 more on the board. He's now out of evolution. That's the only good thing right now that we have on our side. Goblinbreaker. Oh, that is really strong at the moment. We have to play this one. So we will then take care of the ward here. We'll then take care of the 2-1. So he only has a 1.2 Goblin on the board, which is indeed not too strong. We're also dropping the Ultimate Carrot. And he's down to 2 cards. We need to survive a few more turns until the healing is coming. I'm not sure if we can do that. He might just drop a Storm unit now. That's just another Angelic Knight, which means he is then pushing another 2. And Lyrial Celestial Archer. So we can take down 2 units here without a problem. That still leaves us with another 2 damage that he's pushing. That might be too slow. Getting additional card and hope to get an Hector. Lucifer, which would be additional healing on the next turn. Don't forget that. So Alice Wonderland Explorer, which is buffing 3 units here, or 2 units on the left side, and then the ones in our hand. So we can trade everything away besides 1 goblin, which is pushing 2 points of damage. So it depends on the last card in his hand here. Can he find the remaining 4 to push into our face? If he's not doing that, we might be coming back, because we can then play the Lucifer on the next turn, healing back for 4. We can play the Israfil onto 9. That's just a rush unit. That is not good enough for him if he has nothing else to play right now. And he has nothing, so we are healing back, and then we are out of reach for him anytime soon. Lucifer definitely playing this one. We are clearing the board here. Let's just... Okay, we're using the ultimate carrot. Doesn't matter. Getting ultimate carrot back anyway. We can now push 7 in his face. We are healing back to 8. He's down to 9 now, so Vengeance is now active. But it shouldn't matter if he has not 2 storm units now in his hand. Which is not very likely, to be honest. And there is a concede, so we are winning another game. Last but not least, we are also getting Shadowcraft player now. So that might be another interesting matchup. Starting hand is very, very bad. You don't need Zeus here. Hector, that is not good. That is way too expensive. So obviously we're withdrawing everything. And look at that. We got Israfil and we got Zeus. Well, it's not getting better, right? So even double Hector was better than that. At least we have now something for turn 2, something for turn 3. But then a huge gap is incoming. And our opponent is starting with a Skeleton Fighter, which is just a small unit. Not a huge problem. There's also Bahamut coming. So we have the big guys already in our hand. On turn 2, that is really not what you like to see. At least we have currently some decent trade potential, but he's dropping the Undying Resentment. So even that is not happening, we cannot trade. He's pushing the first damage in our face. And there's a Witch of Sweets. Could go for that right now, but how about we are being more play point efficient and play the Gourmet Emperor Khaiza, which is giving us the ultimate carrot in the hand. So on the next turn we can then just go Witch and ultimate carrot if we need to. If there's something else incoming that we might want to play instead, of course we'll go for that. But we can just go Witch and ultimate carrot, that should be fine. Soul Conversion, drawing lots of cards now. At least we have then a very good board. Hector, yeah, okay, Witch is coming, of course. Draw a card. Getting Alice, oh man, that's good. So ultimate carrot, we're killing his Skeleton Fighter. Have now a kind of strong board because he had nothing on his side. Otherwise the board wouldn't be that strong. But it's looking good now. Even with all the cards in his hand, that should be okay. We can then go Alice next turn, we can go Hector, whatever we prefer. With the Alice we would buff these 2 units though, and quite a lot in our hand. But the value we are getting just later, besides the Hector of course. Zombie Party. That is not very strong. He's still not dropping anything here on his board side. And even if he would, and he would evolve then, we can easily take this down. Another Skeleton Fighter. So he's evolving, yeah, so we can even take him down without using an evolution point. So we might just play Hector, for example, instead of the Alice. Oh, despite if we have Alice Wonderland and the Goblin, then I prefer to play the Alice and the Goblin for sure. So Goblin is getting buffed. We can now evolve the Alice if we like that. And take down his unit. Still have 3 units on the board. And on the next turn we can still activate the Hector. So pushing 3 into his face. What you could have done here would also be to just attack him with the ultimate carrot. And then you get the ultimate carrot back in your hand, and after that play the Alice. And then you would not use an evolution point. You could also do that. A little Soul Scratcher. Fortunately there are enough shadows in his graveyard, so he could just evolve, destroy an evolved follower. So little Soul Scratcher is also evolving. Killing then the Goblin instead of the ultimate carrot. And there is... oh, that is excellent timing. Again, the Goblin is coming at the right time. We're going for the Hector. Dropping the Goblin here as well. We have 3 more on the face, so we're down to 14. And we can also save our evolution point for now. Because what we can expect here for 6 is that he's stopping a unit that might be able to kill the Hector, but he should then be down to 1 or 2 life. So if he's down to 1, the Goblin is just there for a trade. If he's at 2 or higher, we would just go for the ultimate carrot for a trade. And we definitely want to see something else to play on the next turn, because right now it's looking a bit bare bone. We are at 7 play points. We have a 9 play point unit. We have double 10, so that is not something we can use. There is another little Soul Squasher, and there's Orthoros. So he's hitting the Goblin. Perfect timing, more or less, for him. Little Soul Squasher getting the buff, and with that, he can then take down the Hector. So 2 for 1. If the Orthoros would have hit the Hector, he would still have to evolve and kill the Hector. So outcome is the same, and we have no Hector to play. So what we are doing is we will either kill the Orthoros here and then push 3 in the face, or we are pushing 3 in the face and trading. But of course it is better to just hit the Orthoros and push 3 in the face instead of trading. That's what we're doing. Still keeping the evolution point. He is out of evolutions now, so we are in a stronger position. And he was going second, so he had 3 evolution points. He wasted them all. Zombie party, ultimate carrot going down. Now getting 3 zombies on the board. Needs something big to play. That is not too big, but we can just play that and buff all our units. That is an option. That is an option indeed, because the zombies here are just small units and we can then kill most of them. Of course, that is killing our last evolution point, but I prefer to do that right now. The Hector is then at 5. We are killing 2 zombies. So the last zombie is not able to kill the Hector, which means we are keeping every unit on the board. The only chance for him would be, for example, if he's going now for Demon Lord, then the zombie here is getting buffed and he can take down the Hector, as well as some other units, because there are another 2 zombies spawning alongside, which would be strong for sure. On the other hand, our follow-up is so strong. We are dropping Israfil on the next turn, then 1 turn later either the Bahamut or the Zeus, and the Zeus is currently a 6 attack unit, so we just need to hit him twice and the game is over. Just another Orthos, and this time he's not hitting Rightful, he's just hitting the ultimate carrot. So zombie is killing the Hector. He's down to 4 play points, and if he's not dropping something huge, we will just go for the face. For 7, we are dropping Israfil and then winning the game 1 turn later with our Storm unit. Skull Cradle Widow, not a problem, and the Demon Eater. So he's killing the unit, drawing more cards, but that is not really helping him to improve the board. Goblin Leader, nope, we are going Israfil. Healing back, we are pushing the damage in his face, and with that, the game is more or less decided at this point, because he's down to 4. He would need healing, he would need wards, and he would need to clear the whole board. So if he's just doing one of that, so for example just healing, he's dying to the Israfil. If he's clearing the board, he's dying to our Storm unit, and he has a ward, but not able to clear the board, then he's still dying to the Storm unit and the Israfil. Okay, he's hitting this one. Interesting. It's not looking like he can do much right now. So I would assume that the game is decided right now at this point. But maybe stopping the Demon Lord, then he can clear the board. Which doesn't matter, because again we have a Storm unit here, a pretty huge one. There's a Demon Lord. The Demon Lord is his last hope here. He's spawning then enough zombies to clear our board. But on the other hand, look at our hand. No chance for him. That was more or less his last resort. He needed to clear the whole board, but that's still not helping him too much. So Zeus is coming in the face, and GG. With that we are going 3-0 with a deck pretty strong, as I told you earlier. So if you want to try it, please don't hesitate. It's a very fun deck and very strong, as we have seen today. That I'm at the end, and I thank you all for joining me today. I will be back with another Shadowverse video on next Tuesday, and in that video we will discuss how you can counter Spawn of the Abyss. So I will do a small little counter video, discuss all the classes, what options they have to counter Spawn of the Abyss, and so on and so on. As you can see here, currently on an 8-match win streak with the deck. We are in double 8-2, and I hope that we can go into double 8-3 in the next couple of weeks and then master on the next month. I'm not playing too much Shadowverse every day, but we are slowly increasing our ranking. So anyway guys, I'm out now. Thanks for watching until the end, and I wish you all a wonderful weekend. See you then in the next video. Bye bye.